You're listening to Speaking Of, a podcast by Milwaukee PBS.
I'm Alexandria Mack.
I'm Mariano Avila.
And I'm Scotty Lee Myers. You know, when you think of Milwaukee, some stories naturally may be at the top of your mind. You know, the stereotypical stuff.
But the stories that often go unsung take a little more searching.
Here at Speaking Of, we want to take you along with us as we uncover a few short stories to hold you over until season 2 of the podcast.
Yeah, it's kind of an experiment. We're trying something new here.
We're calling these in-between episodes the Chronicles, Las Crónicas.
Perfect pronunciation, Lexi. La Crónica is a style of storytelling that either by design or by coincidence brings societies together through story. Juan Villoro calls the Latin American Chronicle the platypus of prosaic writing. It's not history, not journalism, not a story, but it's all at once. And it does ground these abstractions of history, politics, and culture in real, physical spaces that we can all visit.
So from what I've gathered, and Mariano, correct me if I'm wrong, this popular literary genre, which is not unlike the new journalism of the 60s and 70s, it's sort of a literary journalism, but unlike journalism, Chronicles embrace the narrator's perspective. In other words, there's no pretending here that a storyteller is 100% objective.
I would say that's right, but I wouldn't say it's not journalism. That's the whole point. We're just being transparent about the fact that it's us telling the story from our point of view.
And if you're playing a little bit of catch-up, that's okay. I was out on maternity leave when they came up with this idea. But seriously, if you're feeling a little bit confused, it's fine. We're still figuring it out. Maybe think of it as going on a walk with a close friend who tells the best stories and just so happens to be a historian and tour guide.
So pop in those headphones to hear stories bringing together Milwaukee's past and present through places you may or may not know.
I'll take listeners to a local farm in Mequon where a Marquette professor has the goal to see if rice can be a new commercial crop for farmers in Wisconsin. You've probably heard the phrase, water is life, but we'll hear from a few people that explain why in many cultures around the world, rice is life.
And my stories center around my beloved and funky neighborhood of River West, how it went from aristocrats to anarchists. And they really focus on what I see as the core strength of River West, its diversity. How people look out from one another, the idea that it takes a village. And underneath that, how our history is always hidden in plain sight. Mariana, what about you?
My Crónica connects a cemetery and a church.
And a drag show.
Divas de la Noche, yep. All having to do with the very first Latino to settle in Milwaukee back in 1894.
So there's plenty for you to listen to and choose from. Our first Chronicle comes out Friday, October 7th.
And they'll air every Friday until December 9th.
Except for the week of Thanksgiving.
So wherever you get your podcasts,
Listen to Speaking Of, a podcast by Milwaukee PBS.